Let's learn some fascinating facts about maths. And we start with the first one, which is saying that in all odd numbers that you can think of, there is always a letter E. And I think the first thing is to first of all understand what is an odd number. And an odd number is defined as any number that cannot be divisible by 2. If you take any old number, or let's talk of take any number, divide by 2, if it's not completely divisible, then that number, is called an old number. Let's take an example of 3. If you divide 3 by 2, you will have a remainder of 1. And therefore, it's not completely divisible by 2, and therefore, that's an old number. So in all these old numbers, we'll always have a letter E. An instance is 3. You see, we have 2 E's. You can see we have 2 E's. So at least you should have at least 1 E. In 7, we have E somewhere. 15, talk of 2029, talk of 1, talk of any odd number. You'll always find a letter E. And then the second fact is that any even number multiplied by 6, if you take any even number, multiply this by 6, and again, the first thing here is to understand what is an even number. An even number is defined as any number that is divisible by 2. So this is like the opposite of an odd number. We said an odd number is any number that cannot be divisible by 2. And then on the other side, an even number is any number that can be divisible by 2. So if you take just any number, divide by 2, if it's completely divisible, then that is an odd number. And a very quick or easy way to determine whether any number is an even number even without dividing, check the last digit. The last digit should either be 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. So if the last digit of any number, the last digit, if it's either 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, then that's automatically an even number. So now let's go back to our fact. If you take that even number, you multiply it by 6, you are going to get an answer. So the last digit to that answer, the last digit of that answer should be an even number, number 1. And then number 2, that last digit will be exactly the same as the last digit of the even number that you multiplied by 6. Let's check an example. For example, if you take 24, this is an even number because the last digit is 4. Now, if we multiply by 6, our answer should have the last digit as 4. And the answer is when you multiply the 2 is 144, the last digit is 4. Another example is let's take 88, multiply by 6, the last digit is 8, and therefore our answer will have the last digit as 8. And you can try more examples and let me know what you find out. But that one should, it should always be that way. The number 3, as we all know, okay, some of us know that a year has 365 days. And actually, and here, 1 year doesn't have that exact number. We truncate it. We truncate the actual number, which is normally 365.2564. We truncate it to 365, and that's why most of us know that a year has 365 days. So now this truncated number, 365.2564 days, this is where this is the reason why after every 4 years we are going to have a leap year. And as you know, in a leap year, Feb has 29 days as compared to the other years whereby Feb has 28 days. And this year, whereby it's a leap year, we normally have 366 days. So the but the +1 day is it comes from here. The 0.2564 when multiplied by 4, you know, you are going to have a 1.02 something. So if you continue to do that multiplication, you are even going to find out that a leap year will have 366 days, and then we'll have a few hours on top of that. But to truncate again, that's why we'll have 366 days in a leap year. And then the last fact that I would like us to talk about today is the equal sign. Did you know that the equal sign was invented in 1557 by an English mathematician? So during those days, he wanted to avoid the tedious repetition of the words is equal to. And another fact is that, of course, two things, if you are equating two things, none of them can be more than the other. And then, you know, from those two interesting facts, then I came up with the two short parallel lines to represent is equal to sign. Yeah, that's all for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Kindly subscribe and continue learning. See you next time. Thanks and bye.